Hello everybody, this is Phil Faso covering the Day 1 of the Living Dead Festival. Please do take note of the shirt that I am wearing. There's nothing cooler than wearing this shirt than to have Kyra Schon tell you that she thinks this shirt is really cool, and then nothing is cooler than that but getting a picture with Kyra Schon while wearing this shirt. Okay? Very, very nice experience. Okay? So, Living Dead Festival today, Day 1. What I've been waiting for a while. What I took a vacation for. First vacation in about a year and a half. Anyway, back to the story though. Let me get some unfinished business from yesterday kicking. I managed not to hit a deer on my way into Pennsylvania at all. Made it to my hotel yesterday without hitting a deer. Okay. Made it to Evans City and back without hitting a deer. Life is good. Okay. Unlike it was in 2008 on our way to Horror Hound with X in Monroeville, where you can read that story elsewhere. Okay, I will encourage you to go check out the deer story. But deer free so far, all good. All right, so there's your exciting visual for the day. There's the deer. Anyway, so next thing is last night dinner to tie up some business from yesterday. Went to a place called Primanti Brothers up the block at the suggestion of the concierge, front desk hostess. She suggested I go there. She said they make an excellent pastrami and cheese sandwich. Okay. So I went there. Figure out, oh, what the heck, ask the locals, take their advice. I could have gone to Bob Evans like I did the last time I was here, but I figured try something a little different. So, after about a 2-minute wait, they sat me, and my server Jordan, I, again, go with the locals. Hey, what do you like here? Well, I like the nachos. Okay, I'll take those. Well, Phil, they're really, really big. Hey, I got a really big appetite, obviously. I'm a big man. I got no problem with that. Yeah, until I saw them. Okay? Plate like this big, literally, loaded with nachos and cheese and beans and chili and guacamole, and there was some sour cream on there. No jalapenos, I didn't want to go hot. So, I could have used that as a full meal, and had I really taken her advice, I should have. But I went the opposite route and said, oh, well, you know what? I will try now. I will try this with the pastrami sandwich. And it came, as I was almost done with my nachos, which is a long, long time later, mind you, but they set it up that way. With a big knife sticking out of it, right? Slices of bread like this thick. Piles of pastrami. Only that's not it. Now, they asked me if I wanted the works on it. I said, yeah. Coleslaw hanging off one side of the sandwich, like big streams of it. And French fries. Okay? Stacked like that across the sandwich. Folks, this was an experience and a half. So, eating in Pittsburgh, a little different from eating on Long Island, where I come from. A little more different from eating in the city where I work. Right? So, that being that, we then, I came home, lousy night of sleep. That's fine. Got up this morning, I just had myself set for an 8:15 wake-up call. My 8:15 came, and I was so shot from the traveling and my weird sleeping patterns, fell right back to sleep. Anyway, I wake up a little later, shower, brush my teeth, go down for my continental breakfast, which I think is starting at 9, but no, folks, it ends at 9, so I'll grab something to eat on the road. Right after I grab some Advil, mind you, because I had a headache at this left side of my head. It literally felt like someone put a bullet in my brain. Agonizing. All this was not a good sign for today, especially when I looked up in the sky outside my rent-a-car and realized it is dismal, gray, there's fog permeating the area. Not a pretty thing at all. But hey, you know what? I'm not going to let that deter me from having a good time. I'm on vacation for the first time in a year and a half. Working as a manager for a year without taking 3 days off in a row. I guess it's time to relax and let's go enjoy the Living Dead Fest. That's exactly what I did. And Gary was nice enough to invite me on in. I met with Jim Cirinella, another very nice guy that I know, producer of Autopsy of the Dead, which is interesting Night of the Living Dead documentary. Stays away from the really famous people for the most part and goes for the smaller actors, so that's interesting. He also reps a number of celebrities, some from Night and Day and those type places, those type films, and also he does the Japanese kaiju, the monster Godzilla type people from Japan. Some of which will be a chiller, so if you're going to check it out, definitely check his people out because they're all very nice people from my experience. And speaking of meeting people, I met, who did I meet? Well, first off, I met Paula Richards, the iconic zombie in that, what I call the Neighbors shot. Just pull up the Neighbors in my search engine over here, and you will certainly find plenty of pictures of her. Anyway, so I got her, and you expect to see this frail, ghoulish-looking thing, and then you come across somebody who looks like a kindly little old grandma. Very, very funny. And she and LMA Smith, another one of the elderly zombies now, right next to her, were regaling me with stories about filming and the experience with the actual 8x10s on the table. So that was all pretty fun. I spent some time also meeting. Sorry, I'm still brain dead. Give me a sec here. Spoke with Judith O'Day again. Okay, told her in one of my interviews from the Romero retrospective went into a book. Okay, I don't like to brag about these things. I reviewed the book, didn't mention my interviews at all because that would be unprofessional or just seemed wrong. Anyway, long story short, it was nice to have that interview, and she said she spoke to Bob Nicolucci, the guy who produced the book, and he told her our interview was going to be in there, so that was very, very cool. It was something a little different. I met the Richard Ritchie, one of Romero's old-time friends. It's in Night of the Living Dead. You will notice him as the ghoul that Ben shoots through the window. Shoots him in the shoulder first to no avail, and then boom, right in the head. And that's when we learn that zombies need to be taken out that way. Very cool. I was going to meet Gina Jeffries, but she wasn't at a table so much as she was enjoying the interviews that were going on. Mike Gornick and Gary had a joint interview, and then Bill Cardeal with his daughter his daughter Lori, representing Night and Day of the Dead. So you get Night and Day, Day and Night. Right? Anyway, that was very, very cool. That there were some cool interviews. I will be conducting some interviews probably on day 3, so look forward to those. I hopefully get a bunch of people, and of course, the important thing is George Romero will be there tomorrow. He's not signing. He's going to be at the dedication of the chapel tomorrow morning, taking pictures, and I'm praying to every God I've ever heard of, let alone ones I believe in, that I'm able to sneak an interview with him for a few minutes. That would be the highlight of my internet journalism career. We'll see how that goes. So, I'm ready to go out to eat with Dominic Mancini, good friend of mine, another client rep, person who reps people on the circuit here. Very, very cool guy. One thing I must say about the Living Dead Festival, everybody's $20 and free pictures. After all the gouging I've seen on the convention circuit the last couple of years, it is nice to see that some people are sticking to affordable standards for us fans. Because really, I'm a quote-unquote web journalist. Yeah, right. I'm a writer, I'm a blogger, whatever you want to put it, comes down to what I'm a fan. And Gary has given me everything I could possibly want the last few years as a Night of the Living Dead fan, and he's continuing on that route. And I wish him the best with everything. A very thank you to Jim Cirinella for gathering and coordinating some really cool people, and I'd like to give a shout out to somebody new. Somebody I didn't even know. Okay, somebody who quoted on my video when she saw the pregame one. Very nice lady named April, who I met today. So April, this video, day 1, is dedicated to you. I hope you get a chance to look at it and you enjoy. When I see you tomorrow, hopefully you'll be able to tell me that you did. Alright folks, I'm out. I gotta go catch some food and some sleep. As always, be cool. They don't stay dead.